Hello out there, Eyeball Nation. This is your man L here. We have a special treat for you today. I am sitting down with a college basketball legend, Mr. Kimble. Bo, welcome to Eyeball.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Eyeball here. Now, I'll get that out of the way right off the bat because as standout as you were, you know that you are forever linked with another player. You were playing with Mr. Hank Gabb.
Yes, sir.
And you two were an awesome combination. Now, where did you start out playing?
I met it's called the Hank Gabb Center now. It's called Moreland at that time. And I was dunking the ball a lot shorter than him. And he came up and struck a conversation. Then we ended up meeting, being on the junior varsity team at Dobbins Tech in Philadelphia.
That's where you played in fall, Dobbins Tech.
Dobbins Tech. And we won a championship went to championship our junior year and senior year, but we won the championship our senior year.
Won the championship.
And we at Dobbins, we only lost 5 games in 3 years. We had a nice squad.
Oh, that's a nice squad. 5 games in 3 years. A lot of people wish they could say that for 10 years.
Right.
Well, I mean, for 1 year.
Right.
That's good. That's real good. Now, you finished at Dobbins, and you're going to go off to school. Now, where did you originally go to school at when you went to college?
Yeah, Hank Evans and I went to, we were recruited by David Spencer. He was from California at University of Southern California. And he came to see us 18 times our senior year. So we knew if you're traveling 2,000 miles to come see us 18 times, you really want it. And he was a great guy. And he recruited us. We went to USC for a year. And then Hank Evans, they fired our coach, George Randall. Well, they fired Stan Morrison, the head coach, along with David Spencer. And Hank and I transferred to Loyola Marymount football.
And that's when things really exploded. Now, for some of you younger players out there who might not realize or remember, see, I come from this era. Loyola Marymount was a unique team. Could you just tell us a little bit about your experience at Loyola Marymount and tell us what you went through and what happened with you and the team?
Okay, at Loyola Marymount, we had Paul Westhead, the NBA Laker coach, and our philosophy was to shoot the ball as fast as possible. And we averaged 125 points a game, still a record. We were number 1 in scoring every year. Hank Evans and I both led the nation in scoring individually. He did in junior year, led the nation in scoring and rebounding. Hank Evans did junior year, and I averaged 35 my senior year.
That was something to watch because Hank was a force to be reckoned with. And you were a scoring machine. Now, as I recall and I remember, as soon as you guys stepped across the court, somebody was shooting. How much of a shot clock did you guys use before you were shooting?
No, but on average, literally 5 seconds on average was what we were doing. But when a team scored or missed, we would run the ball as fast as possible, trying to get a layup. We had 2 shooters, so we find one of them. You have to either stop the ball or get to the outside shooters. And we had great shooters, and Hank McGavin we are 4-man, had 4 position coming straight down the middle, and all those shots that Jeff Fryer and myself would miss. Hank Evans would beat his and rebound against guard. So we would shoot the ball fast as we can on offense, and then on defense we full court pressure the entire game.
But as I recall, you didn't miss many. Hank had some rebounds, but you didn't miss many because how many games in a row did you go with 50?
When Hank Evans fainted the first time in 1990, he missed about a month of play, and I was already averaging 35 at the time, so I scored 50 points or more 5 times in a row.
5 times.
As soon as Hank went out, so.
This is NCAA Division I basketball. The best in the country guarding this man. He's still 5 times in a row. Now that's something.
Yeah, thank you. But I really, to the other young kids out there, I really practice a lot. I was a gym rat. Hank was a gym rat. And it's like anything else. The more you do something, the better you get at it. And as a result, my jump shots, in my mind, shooting a 3-pointer was like making a layup. And I put that kind of time in. So the way your practice effort will usually translate to a game effort if you work hard enough, work on your training, work on your craft. You should be able to deliver. And I used to shoot 1,000 makes a day, all threes.
And that's what we talk about. A lot of the interviews we've done, a lot of these legends and veterans have said the same thing. It's about working on your craft because it takes a lot to shoot that many jump shots. And jump shooting is a lost art today. There aren't many jump shooters. And then on top of that, conditioning. You love to shoot, but you try shooting non-stop for a whole game. Most people, they don't have the stamina for it. So, like you said, being in the gym pays off.
Yeah, and one of our advantages too with our style of play at Loyola Marymount was that pace after a certain period of time, the defense is, whoever you're playing, no matter even if the team's roster is better than yours, you neutralize that skill because usually you're in such better shape. And that's something you can depend on in every game. You know that you want to be in every game because every team will not be able to be in a position to do it. So it's kind of a unique. And another myth about the offense is that people believe that you have to have a Hank Adams and Bo Kimble to run this offense. It's the opposite. If you don't have star players, you better run this offense because you're neutralizers now.
Sounds good, and it definitely worked for you because, like you said, 3 years in a row, Loyola Marymount led the nation in scoring. So that tells you something right there. And this man was a large part of it. Now, here's another thing that I found interesting that a lot of people don't really know about. When you were ready to leave school your senior year, there's a little thing they had called collegiate one-on-one competition.
Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about how you did that and what took place.
Okay. It was a 3-on-3 tournament in Atlantic City at Trump Plaza for the top 10 prospects for the NBA draft 2 days before the draft. And so I played to win it. I won the championship for $100,000. Second place person gets 50, which was Gary Payton. But I played Travis Mays, Lionel Simmons, which was my toughest game. Because we played all the time. He had the same skill set as Hank, but he could shoot jumpers as well. I stopped him. Anyway, but for $100 grand, you'll be stopped. So anyway, but it was a great game, but I ended up playing the championship game against Gary Payton. And Gary was such a great player. The thing I love about playing against Gary was that the talking he did to other people wasn't going to affect me. And
Gary could talk.
Yeah, Gary could talk, and he was a great, but he backed it up. And but I knew he couldn't stop me either. So for 8 minutes, I just knew it was over in hell. I'm gonna let Gary beat me in a one-on-one contest for $100 grand. Anybody in here, but definitely not Gary. He's too small.
I hear you. So that's really motivated you that $100 grand.
Yes, sir. So, but I ended up winning the championship, and that was 2 years before the draft. And that was the 8th pick draft by the in 1990.
And then you had some time with Clippers, and then you went on to New York for a little while. You did your time in the NBA. What are you doing with yourself now? Where you at now?
Well, my primary business is, or effort, I spend most of my time helping the 44 for Life Foundation. 4 years ago, a guy by the name of Robert Carter died at St. Agnes did. A second cardiac arrest. I didn't know first aid. I didn't know CPR. So now I'm a CPR instructor.
Okay.
I have a foundation called 44 for Life. Foundation is a non-profit 501c3, and we promote heart disease awareness. We donate defibrillators. We do the CPR training. One of the greatest things that we are doing is we're partnered up with some different entities, and we're providing free echocardiogram and electrocardiogram screening to detect young kids that's at risk, and that high risk group is 8 to 19. So by testing them, we can stop things that happen to Hank Adams and Robert Carter. And Wes Leonard, our Michigan 16-year-old that died of cardiac arrest, we need to protect our kids.
That's something I was always concerned about too growing up. I remember when I was in high school and I was getting my physical, the nurse was having a fit. And she called the doctor, listened to my heart, but I have an irregular heartbeat. He said, oh, I examine them every year. I know all about it. It's fine. Okay. You know what's happened to ball players. For instance, Mr. Pete Maravich had dropped from it. A cousin of mine also died from it. They always say that if you have a super long wingspan, that's one of the traits of certain heart conditions. There's a gentleman at the University of Maryland who died from it also, and I'm only 6'5", but I've got a 6'11" wingspan. So I always said, I always wondered about it, so I was always careful. So it is a problem, it is an issue. I'm glad you're bringing it to the forefront so people can be aware and you can look into it. don't need to lose any more young athletes.
Every minute, with 75 versus the number one killer globally, every minute we don't get oxygen to the brain, our chance of survival goes down 10% per minute. So that means if someone goes into sudden cardiac arrest, it's very important that if you don't have the defibrillator handy, you need to start CPR right away. First of all, call 911. Then start the CPR and first aid help. Give someone a chance, because other than you being here to help, that's the only chance they have.
Now, along with that, and you're doing that in your personal life, are you still involved in any basketball? You still keep ties in there? Any other thing?
Yes, I would. I just finished serving for the National Basketball Retired Players Association in New York, and I was a board member for 3 years. I just finished my term, and I was coaching at Shoreline Community College last year. Coaching is a big new career I want to get into.
Shoreline Community College,
yes, I'll be there this coming year in Seattle. It's 10 minutes outside of Seattle, Washington. And so coaching is something that I love to do, and I'll be doing some broadcasting as well.
Broadcasting. So you still have that love for the game, you're still involved?
Absolutely. And I'll probably do shows that community type based shows, and which spreading awareness about hunting.
Good. Well, you have led a very interesting life. It's been a pleasure having you. I mean, this man was a national scoring champion in college. He played on a team that was national scoring champion 3 years in a row with the highest average. So he definitely knows a little bit about basketball. He's played basketball. But with all you've done, from high school to college to NBA, I just have one more question that I want to ask you, Mr. Bo Kimble. Bo, do you ball?
Yes, I ball.
Yes, he balls.
I ball. Yes,
I thank you for your time here. Loved having you.
My pleasure.
Young fellas, you can learn a lot from gentlemen like this, who legends of the game, who've been there, who've done it all. So take the time to, when you get a chance, look them up, look up this game. If you ever come across these gentlemen, pick their minds for information that will help you and your skills. And always look forward to seeing more of these legends on eyeballmag.com. Once again, thank you. Take care, Eyeball Nation. We'll be back at you soon.